Things have honestly been so crazy and stressful for me lately. Like these past 2 months have just been so stressful, right? In October, I was busy with moving. So I had to like pack everything, leave the apartment, clean the freaking apartment, which was so annoying, and prepare to move by the end of October back into my dad's house, which I'm not happy about, but that's what happens when you get laid off and you can't find a job. But I did find a job, so I'm happy about that. I start that at the beginning of December. So this is my last few moments of freedom. Anyways, this video right here is a little polymer clay sculpture that I started doing in October. I think it was October. It's kind of old, but I brought some clay and I'm starting to do clay work. I did a little bit before, but I never really sculpted faces. So I'm trying to learn how to sculpt faces and busts and figures. So I've been working on that. I've done a few other pieces since then, and maybe I'll show those off later in the future. But yeah, so this came out kind of amateurish. So I mean, I kind of like how it came out, but obviously I see a lot of room for improvement. It was fun to work on though. Also, I've never worked with this type of clay before. I'm used to like the, I guess, earth-based clays, the kind that gets fired in a kiln, and the kind that you have to like keep wet and you add water to it. This you don't add water, you don't use slip. It was kind of like different than what I've used before. So I'm not sure. I mean, it was all right, and I've been working with it on a few other sculptures as well. I did another face and bust, and then I also previously to doing this face, I did like a little mini statue of the Minoan snake priestess or goddess, whatever you call it. Um, but yeah, this clay is definitely not what I've worked with in the past, and I instinctively I wanted to just use water with it, so I'm still trying to figure out how to work with this. Um, but I did find out that I there is a kiln that I could use nearby. There's like a studio for artists that work with. There's a section there for clay, and they have a kiln, but it costs like $490 for a year, and then firings cost extra, which is not really that bad if you think of it, because I mean the cost to run a kiln and heat everything up, it's probably a lot, and you also get access to some of their materials in like the group workstation, and I think also you get put on their website. So it might be something to look into in the future. Just if I keep going this way, which I think I really do enjoy working with clay. So I think it might be something to invest in later. Um, yeah, I'm just rediscovering my love for clay basically. And just yeah. But this is like a harder clay. I don't know how I feel about working with this. I think if I keep practicing, I'll probably learn to love it for its own qualities. So I'm just gonna keep focusing on polymer clay and like air dry clay, at least for now. So as you can see, my face hair came out a little rough. I also tried making a bust for her, but it didn't really work out. So I kind of just took that off and just kept it as a face, as a practice face. Also, I was trying to do something different with her hair, and it didn't come out the way I wanted, so her hair got messed up too. But like by the end of this, I was just like, whatever, this is good enough for practice, and I want to paint it and see how that looks and just have fun with it. This is my practice head, practice face. But yeah, eventually I might want to actually get kiln access and like fire some clay and work with different kinds of clay, the earth-based kind of clay, the one that uses water. Um, yeah, so that's one of the art projects I've been working on. November has actually been like a pretty successful month in terms of my own personal projects, especially when it comes to writing. I was trying to participate in NaNoWriMo, and I did not technically win because I didn't get to 50K words in a month, but I did get over 20K, and not only that, but it definitely put me on a fun writing schedule. I pretty much got into the habit now of writing every day, at least something. And as I've gone through November, writing more frequently, I've also been able to write more in a shorter period of time. It's like when you first start something, you're kind of afraid to put it down because it's going to be bad. But that's kind of what you have to do because that's why you edit it. That's why you don't just write it and then post it. You got to edit whatever you write. The same with art. You have the underlayer, you have practice pieces, you have studies, and then you have the final piece. So with my writing, though, I've definitely seen some improvement both in how I write, how I construct a story, and also how much I'm writing in a day. I just put stuff down there. I'm like, I can edit it later, whatever. And I also gotten way better with my outlines. So it helps a lot. It just helps you stay focused when you have a more detailed outline. At least that's been my experience. So yeah, aside from that, art wise, it's been a lot of like sketching this month, but nothing really concrete or finished. I just started a Patreon account, so I will be focusing on that. Again, though, just getting in the habit of doing some kind of art daily is helpful. So there's like sketches for projects. There's a study I'm doing for a painting that I'm almost done with the study, but the painting's gonna take longer. I recently did like some weird alien girl drawing that's up on my Instagram and Tumblr and all that. And that actually inspired me because now I'm thinking of writing like a sci-fi story or comic or something. I've been mainly focused on writing this month because of NaNoWriMo, and you get into that zone and you connect with people that are also doing it. As you can see, I had no idea what I was doing with the hair and the sculpture. I was just, experimenting and having fun, which is part of art. Just put it down, just do something. If it doesn't work, get rid of it. You learn. That's how you learn. But yeah, I was focused a lot on art, not art, writing. I was focused a lot on writing this month compared to like actual art. Yeah, let's see, what did I write? I've self-published like little romance novels and little short stories. So I self-published one of those. Almost done with the other one. I wanted it to be done by now, but it's being a pain in the butt. It's taking a little longer, so I'm almost done with that one. I worked on a like 50K novel romance that I've had planned for a while. I did a detailed like chapter by chapter outline. So I've been working on that and I got some good progress with that, but it's not done. So I have to continue on that. And I also done a lot of like spiritual pagan kind of writings and some poetry. I'm gonna be submitting at least 2 poems to one of I think it's Neil's Alexandria, one of their submissions. I'll try to include a link if I remember. But yeah, so I've been focused a lot on writing, various kinds of writing. I'm doing some sculpting, a little bit of drawing. The last doodle I did was my alien doodle, and I want to write sci-fi because I have a couple sci-fi characters, but no story for them to exist in. But yeah, I kind of want to do a comic, but I mean, this is like a future project. I can't really like focus on it now. I got my other stuff that I'm supposed to be working on, other self-made projects. That's pretty much it in terms of writing and art for October and November. I was just, October was just horrible because of the moving, but also the fact that I still hadn't found a job since getting laid off from my full-time job back in like April. So, but I've been on interviews and I couldn't find something though. It's like I get to the final stage, you're like, we'll go with someone else, which is, not helpful. Yeah, I looked this up and apparently a lot of people on unemployment get depressed. But like, what can you do when you need to pay bills, right? So, anyways, I'm excited that I start a new job soon, a full-time job, so I don't have to settle for part-time. Yeah, I basically went from a full-time job and a part-time job and Grubhub on the weekends to nothing, which was like Actually, you would think that would be nice because you would have all this free time to do whatever you want, but it puts you in like a really bad mood. You don't go out, you're not really interacting with people all the time, and you just start to feel kind of crappy. But yeah, that's that's ending now. I was basically working a year full time, part time in Grubhub to save up money and like set myself up to buy a house and be a grown up adult. And then I get a pay raise. So I'm like, sweet. So I quit my part time job, and then a month later I get laid off, and I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. Thank you, world. But anyways, yeah. So I got a new job, full time job, and it's not exactly what I want to do, but it could lead to what I want to do. And if not, I can continue looking while I'm making money and working. So it shows that I'm employable. And I can also Grubhub on the weekends again if I feel like it. So I'm glad I have something. I'm glad I get out of the house again. I don't have to worry about money. It's just better for my mental health overall. Oh man. It means less time to do like fun little art projects, but to be honest, it'll probably help me focus. Because even just working part time, I was way more focused and I managed my time better. It's so easy when you're just sitting at home and you have a lot of time to just go on YouTube and start watching videos about whatever and just lose track of time, just not see how I mess up the hair. I don't even know what I'm doing. But I had fun. Anyways, I think it'll just be better for my time management and my mental health. So I think I'll actually get more things completed after I start working, believe it or not. That's why I always say, you should at least have a part time job if you're going to try and do freelance art as like your main source of income. Also, if you just have a job, you have more security. Anyways, I'm just rambling. Just thinking. Yeah. I do like working with clay though, and I think I definitely want to continue doing so. And here I was just painting this after I put the clay head sculpture in the oven, because that's what you do with polymer clay. I decided to just paint it with acrylics. And this, I did not like prime it or put gesso on it before. I just went straight in with acrylics. I'm like, I'm just gonna have fun. It didn't come out how I wanted. Like I was. This is at the end. It kind of felt kind of like Aztec inspired. So that's why I went with the colors and the face painting that I did, face makeup. But that wasn't what it was originally going to be. So yeah, I went in a totally different direction with this. But I had fun with it. It's just practice. I'm like, I'm just gonna put paint on it and see what happens. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Not really much more to say. I like working with clay. I'm gonna continue with the air dry polymer kind of clays. And then I do want kiln access. I might just go for it. And then I can get into like I don't know if I want to do pottery though, but I did like a vase, but a deconstructed vase. And I made like ocean themed. I had a lot of fun making that before. So I may want to try those kinds of sculpture pieces. Like here's an item that is now completely useless, but it looks beautiful. If that makes any sense.